What's going on, YouTube? What's going on, Star Wars YouTube? Welcome to Stories from the Sith. Today is our first podcast interview kind of thing we got going on. Sith Sessions. So basically, me and Toni basically just talk about what we think about the Mandalorian episodes, or we'll go deep into like Star Wars lore, or just talk about Star Wars things in general. You guys want to see a lot of this. This is going to be Season 1, Episode 1 of Sith Sessions. Again, I am here with Toni, or Topaz, whatever it is, and we're going to be talking about Chapter 14 of Mandalorian, Season 2. Okay, so my initial thoughts, probably one of my favorite episodes of Season 2. It's great. I love Boba Fett in it, and I love how the story starts to add up, and the tragedy fits in perfect with what goes on. I think it's a fantastic episode. It's shot well, the location's amazing, and just the vibe of it is like, this season is dark, and it's reminding me a lot of Revenge of the Sith, and I love it. Toni, carry away. What are your thoughts on this episode?
Yeah, I think it's a great episode to start off with. A lot of the fans are saying that, it's a filler episode, and I don't believe in filler episodes when it comes to the Mandalorian, because I believe that like every episode that they put out is is great. They always try to add their little spin to it. Like you said, the scenery was really good. I think this was actually one of the ones they shot outside. I don't know if you actually know this, but a lot of the directing happens indoors. Even like they're outdoors, they're using LED screen. It's like a 360 LED screen.
I did not know that.
Pretty cool. But this is one of the ones that was shot outdoors, and it was really beautiful.
I love that. I did not even know that. Okay, so a big talking point of this episode is Grogu, and who Grogu was reaching out to when he's on the Seeing Stone on Tython. So who do you think Grogu either reached out to, or who we may see in these next couple episodes?
Yeah, so I believe there's two things. There's two people I want to see. There's the one we all want, like as fans, as we want. And then once again, I mean, other fans want this too, but first one is Luke. I believe that we get to see Luke come back. And I also believe Ezra would come back as well. Both are good candidates. They both fit in that timeline. It makes sense to throw one of them in there.
Yeah, like I think that's exactly who I want to see. Like, I think seeing a young Luke Skywalker come to help Grogu and Mando and Boba Fett and all them, like, I think that would be sick. It'd be so cool. The stories would line up. People have talked about how the stories would line up, and it would just make sense. And same thing with Mace Windu. Like, I think Mace Windu again would be really cool. Would be nuts for Star Wars fans because Mace Windu survived. So I think either seeing Mace Windu or Luke would be crazy, but I also think that we may just see like just some random Jedi that we don't know. Just be a new introduction to somebody. That is a possibility, but I think the way Dave Filoni wants to do it, I think he's going to go between Mace or Luke, because I think Luke would be just crazy. And maybe Cal from Jedi Fallen Order, but a lot of people don't know who Cal Kestis is, and everyone knows who Luke Skywalker is. Like, my grandparents know who Luke Skywalker is. Like, it would be huge for like Star Wars as a whole. I think it would be crazy. But with that being said, who do you think they would have come on to play either Luke or Mace? Because obviously Rosario Dawson played Ahsoka, and they were identical, and Star Wars fans were pushing for Rosario to go play Ahsoka, and we see it, and they're like doppelgangers. It's the same thing. So who do you think would play Luke and Mace if they were brought onto this season?
So Luke, I'll let you answer the Luke one, because I feel like that's your favorite character.
Dude, Mace, Sebastian Stan, man. Like, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. But I think with Samuel Jackson, being the that he is, he might decline it, but at the same time, he's 71 years old, and he fits in that timeline of being brought back in. I think that once again the director he's all about surprises.
Mm-hmm.
So he's throwing a lot of curveballs at us this season. I imagine do more. You know.
Yeah. Easily. I think Luke, damn, would be huge. But again, Mace, I am losing my voice, bro. I sound like Kylo. But again, I think Luke would be huge and Mace would be huge. They would fit perfectly in the timelines. Both timelines would make sense. Mace would honestly make more sense and would be a lot cooler than I think Luke would be. Because we haven't seen Mace since Revenge of the Sith. Nothing's heard about Mace since Revenge of the Sith. Except for, of course, like the Clone Wars TV show and stuff. But obviously we know where that ends. So I think that'd be really cool to see Mace. But again, Luke would also be very dope. Maybe we could see both. That would be crazy. But it's also a theory that could make sense. Okay, speaking of theories, what do you think your theory or your prediction is going to be at the end of this season?
I think with everything going on right now, you have all these, these main characters. You have Bo-Katan, you got Ahsoka, who got, with Boba coming around. I think here's what's gonna happen. I think it's gonna lead up to this large event, with the Dark Troopers and Moff Gideon, and it's gonna be this just epic battle of between Mando and Moff Gideon, with Mando's I don't know. I'm spacing that his Beskar stick, his his Beskar, and the black saber or the dark saber. I think it's gonna be this grand finale, and we're just gonna have this huge battle.
Yeah, like I think the exact same thing. Like I think we're gonna see every character from this season. Like we're gonna see Cara Dune. We're gonna see everyone. So I think again it's gonna be like some huge battle. And it's just going to be huge. Like Moff Gideon and all them fighting. And I think Mando may fight Moff Gideon with that staff. Because it is Beskar. And we saw in the episode with Ahsoka that it can block lightsabers. So I think we may see Moff Gideon and Ahsoka fight. Moff Gideon and Mando fight. Both of them fight. Like everyone try to take on Moff. But I think we're going to see something crazy. It's going to be all action the whole episode. And it's just going to be a huge twist and a huge cliffhanger at like the last 2 minutes, like what we saw in the end of the first season with Moff Gideon obviously still being alive and then comes and pulls out the darksaber. Like I think we could see something like that with Luke or any lightsaber or Jedi in general come to help. Like maybe it's going to be this all-out ball, like just fight. And then the ending of it will just be like Mando, like just run through, like struggling, whatever it is. And then it's going to end with maybe Luke stepping in front of the camera and then lighting his green lightsaber in his stance. So he knows it's Luke, not just some green lightsaber wielder. So I think that could be the start of season 3. We may not even see an end to this season, but you never know. And it may just continue next chapter, which would be huge. But I also think, in terms of reality, I don't think they're going to hold it. I think they're just going to do something huge. Boba Fett may die. We may just see something that we've never seen in Star Wars. So I think it's going to be nuts, in my opinion. Like, this is going to be a great end to this crazy season. And it's just going to be fantastic.
Yeah, so there's so much more to talk about this. You know, we can go on and on for hours to talk about what happens with Boba. He's out eventually. He's gonna die. He might die this season. There's so much we could go on and on about this. I think sticking with the basics and sticking with that general timeline of the Mandalorian would be like the best bet for them.
Easily.
Just following the story of the Mandalorian and ending these stories off.
That's what I mean. Like we don't have any movies to look forward to anymore. So as a Star Wars fan, like seeing shows like this, bringing Bo-Katan and Ahsoka back, and it's huge because it's something that we didn't think we were going to see in a show like Mandalorian. Like if you look at season 1, I would have looked at you crazy if you would have told me, oh, I think Ahsoka's going to come next season. Like I'd be like, no way. Like that's what I mean. Like this can fill so many crazy possibilities at the end of the season, and whatever it is, I'm going to be happy with it. I could care less because you just need to give me season 3 in 10 months right away. Like this season is amazing. I have never been more drawn to the Mandalorian than I have been this season compared to last season. But I think we're going to see something crazy. Something special is going to happen. Something insane is going to happen. But again, I think this episode honestly is going to be a filler episode, the next one. But it's also going to make sense. Yeah, it's not. Yeah, like it's going to be a filler, but it's also going to be really important to whatever happens because it's going to lead up to the finale of this season. So it may not be the best episode of the season, but I think it's still going to be as good as any episode of the season, regardless. Because we're going to see Boba Fett, we're going to see Mando together, and we're just going to have the team up. And I think it's already going to make the episode great. So, yeah. But that will conclude episode 1 of Sith Sessions over the chapter 14 of The Mandalorian. Tune in next week. We are going to go over the next episode of Mandalorian, and then in 2 weeks, whatever happens with this theory or whatever happens with this season, we're going to talk about for probably a very long time. So, with that being said, my name is Tanzo. Again, this was Tony. You're going to see both of our faces a lot on this channel. If you guys are not subscribed, be sure to hit the subscribe button with the post notifications on so you do not miss an upload. Like the video, and I'll see you guys all very soon. May the Force be with you, and have a good weekend.